I mean, if we go, there we go. If we go into the World Cup, okay, and we go into the semi-final, the person who has the most amount of information at their disposal tends to be the fly half. You need to know everything that's going on in the forwards, everything that's going in the backs. You're making the calls. You're the coordinator. You're the quarterback. It's all going on. Just take us through your emotions that night. How, and hindsight is a wonderful thing, but how early? I know England scored early, but you've conceded a million tries before and you've come back and what? How early did you begin to think it's not quite right tonight? We're not on it, they're on it, it's going against us.
Yeah. Oh, look, the emotions in our, you go into a game and you think, hey, look, I feel like I'm right where I need to be. I'm feeling good. Warm-up's good. And I guess it's something that can humble you quite quick, is that you got to remind yourself you're playing a world-class team. You're in the biggest stage. And, this isn't no joke. This isn't just this is a big game, and a lot of prep's gone into this. And I can't pinpoint when there was a moment where I thought, hey, look, this isn't right, but I will share this experience that I've thought was quite amazing for me. And this was quite early on in the game. So I'd been defending that centre the whole World Cup, and only off lineouts. So I'd be defending out at 13. And the week before against Ireland, had some good success coming out and reading plays out the back and bringing a bit of line speed. I think it was maybe the first line England had, and they had hit around a midfield around halfway, and that was their first phase. They ended up there. And I remember looking, and Ford was there, and they had Watson there, and I saw Daly, and I knew they were going to run a second man play. So Ford will come, someone will come short, and someone will be at the back. And I knew that this is a picture I've seen before. They've run this many times before, and I knew I was going to read out the back. And I went to read out the back, and they were going to run a second man play. And I just saw the ball fly straight past me, and I think it was Daly.
Definitely
he got on the bounce. It was Daly who got on the bounce. Instead of them playing deep behind on the second man play, they threw the flush ball and it went straight across my face. And I just saw the ball, and Daly just got on the outside of me. He was gone. He's too fast. I got done just a little bit man watching a little bit. And I thought I knew. I'd done my preview. And I'm reaching like this. He's gone, and I'm looking back, and they'd made a break, which ended up leading to the first try. And I remember sitting, made a tackle, and then they scored off a pick and go the next one. And I remember just sitting there and just saying to myself, well played. Like, that was, there was no bitter feeling. There was no anger. But in my head, I said, they've planned that. They know I've defended at centre. They know I can defend the second man play at the back pretty well. Why don't we run the second man play instead of hitting it at the back? Let's just catch him man watching. We'll get Daly on his outside, and we can split him down there. And all that was running through my head, and I was actually amazed. I was like, man, I was just like, that was well played. And for me, it was just like, man, this is no joke. This is a world-class team.
Fair play.
World-class players. Fair play. And I just thought, man, that was well done.
And how much is it about?
I don't like to admit.
It's brilliant to hear you describe that, Richie, because we talk about culture and dealing with the moment and the pressure and how momentum can swing back and forth and that sort of thing. But what I'm hearing from you there is that actually it's just about getting those minutiae individual moments right, doing your homework, outsmarting your opposition at that level. Is that the key thing? It's just being a little bit cleverer, top 2 inches in those crucial moments.
Yeah, and I think it's different for each position. And it's different for each team. But look, I admire smart play, and if I was playing against the All Blacks and myself, who had been defending at centre, and hey, look, this is how we can think. It's something that I think I would have planned against the team as well. It's something that I would have. I like to back myself in my rugby knowledge and understanding that I like creating moves based on what I see and what I've previewed. And that was something that I just thought, man, that was well done.
And on
fair
that,
play.
just to understand, because, and again, this isn't asking for recriminations in any way, shape, or form, but has Razor ever moved you? Has Razor ever moved you to 13 to defend? Or has he always said, no, you're a flag? Because I'm often, when you move someone for a specific reason, you often end up inviting the trouble into the channel, whereas actually, I know it's not about doing the same things and offering the same picture. What was your thought process when they said, no, actually, you're going to defend at 13? Does it create an element of doubt?
Well, it's for a 10, it's not something you're used to. You're not defending out there. You don't have experience. There's many years of we've got a 13 that's played a lot of years at 13 who's defending at 13, and for me it was something that was unusual, but with the experience of Anton and Jack and Crotty and helping me understand how it all works, that's where I gained my experience. But for me, I it's not like I could say no, I want to defend at 10. For me, I have the mindset that whatever's best for the team, I'll do whatever's best for the team. You want to put me on the wing, on the bench, that is fine. Whatever's best for the team. But yeah, it just shows that I was off just that little bit, and I would like to think that maybe if Crotty or Jack was saying that it could have happened to them too. The move was so well done that was actually genuinely the person I was meant to be on. But the movement out here had just caught me just a little bit, and then the connection with my winger is just so many things that were so good about that move. And it was something so subtle that maybe if you were sitting in the stands, you really wouldn't have noticed. But being a rugby player, understanding the prep that would have gone into that and saying, hey, look, Richie's defended at centre. He's probably man-watching the last 2 games. And it had me, standing under the sticks thinking, man, well played. And it's not something I've shared with a lot of people, but it's something that I just thought it was a cool rugby experience for me, such a learning experience that I think I can take that mentality moving forward and will better me as a rugby player.
We're going to get on to the positives. I just want to talk about the change after, but just to talk very quickly about that, how you remember specific instances in your life that you never repeat. And I went on a Lions tour in '97 as an uncapped player, and the first game was down in Port Elizabeth against an Eastern Province 15. And Scott Gibbs had pulled out. It was meant to be Townsend, Gibbs, Guscott, show of strength, first game out. Gibbs pulls out. I get thrown in. I'm uncapped. Got Townsend, I've got Jerry outside me. We're playing this Eastern Province 15. Henny LaRue was playing at 12. We played in the World Cup in '95. And he was at 12 opposite me. And the ball was being put in the scrum. And he called my name, "Oh, Greenwood." And I've looked at him. And he's that, you're saying with your fist pump, you should maintain eye contact. When you've got eye contact, you tend to get stuck in this sort of, okay, I don't want to break eye contact. I've got eye contact. So I'm doing you on the outside. I'm doing you on the outside. So he pulls me, and I'm following the blind side wing. I think it was Brayton Pulse. Straight past me. Scored under the post. I'm like, oh, LaRue, you absolute hurrah. How you beat people with your eyes. And people say, what do you mean you can beat people with your eyes? And it's those little lessons that I think absolutely, because he wasn't the fastest LaRue either. I spent my life afterwards trying to make eye contact with people to drag them away. Come on, we're going this way. And those lessons. Anyway, I digress. But the changing room after, we often hear, 99 quarterfinal got beat by South Africa. Oh my gosh. I was reading Dan Carter's book recently, the quarterfinal change room after the Millennium Stadium defeat against France. What was the change room like, and how quickly did it pick itself up, and who stepped forward? I know there's 3 questions in that. What was the change room like? How quickly did it pick itself up, and who stepped forward to lead not the celebrations in any way, shape or form, but the pickup?
Yeah. Yeah, it's actually weird thinking about this. It's not something I like to look back and sort of dwell on the memories that we know what it was, but it's something that was incredibly tough. It's hard to put into words how tough it was, but a lot of disappointment, just very sad and somber, just the feeling, and everyone's feeling it. Oh, I haven't been in a change room like it before. Lost many times, and this one was just a lot different. There was nothing said in the change rooms for a very long time, and boys just in tears, crying. And I will say the feeling that I had was just disappointment. I feel like I'd let a lot of people down, which was really hard for me. I don't like letting people down, and I hate upsetting people, but just felt like I'd let the whole of New Zealand down. That was the feeling that I had. Just let everyone down in New Zealand. They had all these great hopes, and I've let them down. The person that picked everyone up was Kieran Reid, was our skipper, and I remember him talking. It was his birthday, the day of the semi-final, and it was his speech the day after when we were in our team meeting, and he shared some words about him going back to the hotel, and his kids had made him cards because it was his birthday. And I think for him it was just the realization that the sun was going to rise again tomorrow, and that how lucky he is, and how blessed he is to have his family. Although it hurt so much, I think that was such a big learning for me that, there's so many things I'm so blessed to have and grateful for. And I could look at myself in the mirror and genuinely say I gave it everything I had. I put, everything out on the field, and I really, tried my best. And I think that was something that I realized out of the next day, that, hey, look, you're still alive. You got, family here watching you. You're so blessed. And look, in the day, it is a game. Although it is a game that I would have liked to win, and there's so many things I wish I could take back. But hey, look, I'm a father. I'm a, soon to be father. My husband, a son, an uncle, and there's so many things that are more important than the game we play. But it was a hard lesson to learn.